You're listening to the Local Guy Makes It Happen podcast, the show that celebrates business owners, entrepreneurs, and more on the South Shore of Massachusetts, with your host, Patrick O'Donnell, local real estate broker and owner of I Buy Houses. Our podcast dives into the stories behind the storefronts, exploring how local businesses got their start, who they serve, and what keeps them thriving in our vibrant communities.
Welcome to the Local Guy That Makes It Happen, the podcast that promotes businesses on the South Shore and in the Boston area. And today I have Douglas Bernardo from the Boston Dream Group, and they do custom cabinetry and all sorts of other things as well. So Douglas, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been here, what you do, and all that.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure.
We've been in the business for quite a while. With Boston Dream Group, we do custom home, luxury homes. We do custom cabinets, custom kitchens, custom bathroom, everything from ground up to the finished work. And then we have separate entities, that is the custom cabinets that we are focused right now.
Okay, so what's the big difference between custom cabinets and cabinets like, say, I buy out of Lowe's or Home Depot? What's the difference in that?
So the difference is we found that to be when you're doing custom homes in a new construction, or even a space that, let's say, I'll give you this example. In Boston, a client that wants a really nice kitchen.
Yes.
But the space wasn't able to fit like a standard cabinets.
Sure.
Cabinets that you just bought it as a whole,
okay,
and place on it. But she has a vision. And
yeah,
she wants a space.
Okay.
And we came in, we measured everything. We got all the measurements, and we sat with her, and then we discussed what she wants in this kitchen, and we made it work functionally.
Okay, so you can make them a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, a little bit longer,
Yeah.
whatever makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Some that you can fit pots and pans in, and what I like today is spice cabinets, or the ones that can pull out like that there.
Yeah.
Because I know the ones in my house, I'm like looking in the back, I'm like looking in
Yeah.
the floor, I'm pulling this out and pulling it, where if I had a pull out one, it's all right there, right in front of my face.
Yeah.
So I get it,
Yeah.
I get it. When a homeowner comes to you, what is the first step you do to turn their vision into reality?
Yeah, so the first step we usually do it is sit down with them and talk.
Okay.
And see the vision, what they want to plan, what they have in mind.
Okay.
For the space. So, and then after that, we come with the designer.
Okay.
Raquel, she's
Oh,
the
you
head.
have a designer?
Yeah, she's a head of operations. She does all the design first. So
okay.
we come together, and while she's talking to the person, just to get an idea what she wants, I'm measuring everything, creating 3Ds in my tablet, and so we can make the kitchen functional, make
Okay.
sure everything function. So after that, we come in our office, we sit down, we see everything that can be done with the space,
Okay.
together with the information that she collects from her or from him.
Yeah, sure.
So we can combine everything together. So we can make the space a space that is not only beautiful, but it's functional.
I like that. So, another question I love that designer part. What are some of the most common mistakes that homeowners do, when they're designing a kitchen or a bathroom?
Yeah, the most mistake I see is making a look nice priority, because you have to make it function.
Yeah.
Because you can live in a kitchen that is beautiful,
Yes.
but it's not function.
Right.
And
Right.
then nothing is function. So you just first, the kitchen is the number one is time. The time that you spend on the kitchen, it's the number one.
Number one place in the house.
Number
Yeah.
one place.
Yeah.
And then your wife, it's just gonna be, oh my gosh, nothing functions here.
Right.
Everything's
Sure.
wrong.
You're reaching everywhere. Saucepans might be over there. Fridge might be over here.
And then
Stove might be over there.
Yeah.
Everything kind of needs to be around,
yeah,
right?
and it should probably take 2 hours to make a dinner.
Right, and that's and not only that, it's the one place when people come into your home, everybody hangs out in your kitchen. Everybody hangs out in your kitchen.
Yeah.
No matter how small it is
Yeah.
and big your house is, everybody hangs
It's
out in the
unbelievable.
kitchen. It's funny. It's
Yeah.
funny how that there. So, why would people invest in custom cabinets instead of going with cheaper alternatives? Why
Yeah.
would people do that?
So people invest in custom cabinet because a lot of times the space that they want to have a kitchen will not fit a standard cabinet
Okay.
to begin with.
Okay.
And a lot of times it depends the place that they buy it. The box, it is half an inch.
Yeah.
It is fragile box.
Yeah.
And then if you need to do some cuts, some adjustments,
Yes.
you can't pull it back together. You will
Sure.
just-
Sure.
You just rather let's just grab a 3/4 ply. You just do another box on this space, and then it's just like a time consuming
Yes.
for us as a contractor.
Okay.
And we rather let's just custom, right?
Yeah.
With the space that you have, let's just custom.
Okay. I get
Yeah.
it.
If
I
you
get
have
it.
a space that is like standard space will fit what you're looking for, and then if you have a 3D, a
Okay.
nice 3D, and then
Okay.
you find everything that you see it, and
Sure.
all the custom,
Sure.
all the flat panels that
Sure.
now. A
Sure.
lot of fridge that we're doing flat panels, you don't see. You see, oh, that's a cabinet and that's
Okay.
a fridge,
Okay.
and that's a nice look.
Okay. Yeah.
So
for sure.
that's like it stand out. That's much of the difference.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you because everybody else is going to be okay, Pat. That's great. Custom cabinets. Is there a massive difference in the cost? Is there a little difference? Or is it you pay for what you get?
Yeah, you pay for what you get. That is a good example as well. But you're paying for something to last longer.
Okay.
Right. Because a lot of these cabinets, especially the half an inch ones, it is affordable. It is.
Okay.
But it won't last long.
Right.
It like 5 months to 2 years. That's the time that the drawers will start bending around.
Okay.
The doors, you start seeing the doors kind of like losing a little
Or
bit.
warp.
Yeah, and then especially on the side, you have a dishwasher.
Yes.
Look on the size of your drawers. It's
Yeah.
already done.
Okay.
It's already exploded because the dishwasher
Okay.
will get hot,
Okay.
and then it will open up, and all that steam will just explode all the drawers and
So-
everything.
I buy and sell houses too. So, and I'm sure everybody's got, and it's all comes to the customer's taste. Some people like red paint, some people like pink, and some people like blue, and some people like natural. Now, when you're doing most of these custom kitchens, do you get into that with a client? Because this year blue cabinets could be fashionable, but in 2 years' times they may not be.
Yeah.
How do you work that with your clients?
Yeah, and this days now, there's a lot of like natural color. People choosing a lot of natural
Yeah.
color, white oaks.
Yeah.
There's this controversy of having an island and a dark color,
Yeah.
and a top and a
Okay.
lighter color.
Okay.
There is that as well. But a couple months ago, we did a kitchen in Chelsea,
Yeah.
and she wanted a really island green. A green that you walk into the place and say, "Wow, that's something different."
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And we made the designs and we changed the customer. The her kitchen is unbelievable.
Sure.
She wrote us a review with a couple lines
Okay.
because she had a vision,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
became the vision to the reality.
Okay.
And she couldn't believe it.
Okay.
And now it is completely. We finished in January 25, but it's a different color. It's a
Okay.
color that
But it looks sharp.
it looks sharp. It looks
Yeah.
really cool.
Okay. Okay.
But she said, I'll never get like tired of this call. She already
Okay.
said that in the
Right,
beginning.
okay.
I love this call. I came from Ireland, and that's
Okay.
what I want. And then
Wow.
we made the call happen.
Wow.
And then it all depends. And again, you're doing a custom kitchen. It doesn't mean it's gonna be a huge difference. You just have to pick the right materials. You don't have
Right.
to go too crazy on boxes.
Right.
Don't go too crazy on the faces.
Sure.
There is a lot expensive, but there's the middle ones.
Okay.
That we can still in budget.
Okay.
And then you have like a really strong handles, a really strong bowls.
Sure.
That that a lot of the kitchen that we build with 5/8, you can put the drawer on it, and then you can kids, let's say less than 10 years, can step on top of it.
Okay, that's
not
great.
Break it.
That's great. And then of course the hardware makes a big difference on it too. Sometimes you could have a plain kitchen, but you put the hardware on it, and it makes it pop. Yeah. So that is a great thing there. So break us down. Okay, we got the kitchen, and do you do the countertops as well?
Yeah, we do that.
So obviously you do the countertops. So break it down for me. You're coming into a house from start to finish.
Yeah.
What you do?
Yeah. First, we sit down with the clients. Let's say her and him both together. So we're gonna discuss everything from the beginning to finish, like the reality, how many kids they have, what they want, what they desire, is there anything that bothers them on the space, anything that they would change.
Yeah.
So we can collect enough information so we can proceed with the vision, with the designs.
Okay.
We're not gonna get right in the first place. It is normal.
Okay.
But we come on, we do it. We came back to the office, so we sit down and then we go with measurements, with all the information that they gave to Rachel.
Sure.
So we can collect both together. Let's plan the design.
Okay.
Then we plan design, and then I keep texting them. We put a group on the message, so I keep texting them just to kind of like get more information.
Sure.
Then I set up for another 2 weeks, so I met back with them just to present what we got so far.
Sure.
Then we kind of like I love this. Well, I would change this. They kind of like just pick and choose which one they like it. It's hard to just get right the first time.
Sure.
But once they choose everything, we came back. So now we have a really good idea what to do it.
Okay.
Second time, usually 95%. So that's what I really want. I would just change this fridge. I would just change this wine bar. Just move this bar to here. Change this shelf here. But most of the time, on the second time, we'll have both together. Then we apply for permits if it needs the whole thing to be done.
Sure.
If not, so we start fabricating the kitchen. And sometimes they say, I don't want to fabricate it. I want to just kitchen that's we have a normal size here. I want a white oak from your factory, so we can have that option as well.
Okay. Very good. So do you do anything? I know we've covered all the kitchens. Do you do bathrooms by any chance?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's another place that you want cabinets in, right?
Oh yeah, big.
I know I've got them in my own bathroom, and it's great. They were already there in the house I came in, but they were custom made, and they're great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I get my side, my wife's get hers, and my daughter's get hers. So it works out for everybody. So I should have asked you this at the beginning, and I did see it on your website. How did your love about cabinets come about in the beginning? I think I read something about your grandfather.
Yeah. That comes with my grandfather. He's my inspiration because we were born in a really poor family back then, and I usually stay with him during the day, and he does everything by hands. All the woods, all the cabinets, all the doors, everything by hands. He's 96 and he's still working.
96?
He's 96
wow.
And he's still working. God bless him.
Yeah.
I was there a couple months ago with him, and it's unbelievable how the craftsmanship. You can't compare his craftsmanship with machines. Like the detail, the passion, the love. So I carry that with me, and every project I do, I'm really big with everything. I check every single corner. If it's something that I would not, for me, every project I consider, I'm the one that's gonna be living in the house. I'm the one that's gonna be looking at this kitchen. If I don't see that way, if I look at the project, we're gonna have to redo it. So I don't. Sometimes they say this is beautiful. But I see something that's we still can make it better.
So you're delivering a great product. You're not cutting corners. You're not doing anything like that there, and you're getting the passion here. You just heard Douglas say his grandfather's 96 and still doing this. every day, and he's doing it with passion and flair and design, of course. Then he's got the designer coming in, so that's the type of guy you want working on your property, not someone who's got, you know, a cabinet franchise and they're going to be here today and gone tomorrow and putting in a kitchen for $1,000. You want quality work done by professionals at a reasonable price. This is a guy with so how would people get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me through the phone,
Okay.
you know, which is 77.
But your website, what's it?
website, yeah,
Okay.
they can get in contact with the website.
Okay.
We have a Gmail, we have a website, we have a Google platform. If you Google us,
Sure.
we'll be on top of it.
So they would just Google Boston Design.
Yeah,
Boston
they can Google
Dream
Boston
Group.
Dream Group.
Okay.
They can Google BDG Cabinetry, which is
Okay.
a Boston Dream Group.
Okay.
Now
And
it's BDG
then people will
Cabinetry.
see your reviews and whatnot
They
on
will
there
see-
as well.
They will see everything.
Okay,
If they Google
great.
Boston Dream Group, they will see our Google reviews. They will see our website, our emails, our
Beautiful.
testimonials,
Beautiful.
our Instagram.
So for the I know every home is different. So what would you say from coming into someone's home from the day you meet with them to the day the kitchen's finally up and running and done? How long would that normally be?
It depends how big it is, but it usually normally take 8 to 12 weeks
Okay.
for a really nice
Okay.
custom
There
kitchen
you
to
go.
be done.
Okay. All right. That's
We
fast.
relocated, plumbing relocation, all the
Yeah.
electrical upgrades,
Yeah.
you know, all the dedicates and everything. And a lot of times that they want to do a bar area, you
Sure.
know, that kind of like changed the whole scenario.
Okay.
And then, like this one that we did, it took 3 months.
Uh huh.
Everything custom.
Sure.
You know, even the islands, you want every
Sure.
single piece custom.
Yeah.
So that's 3 months. But if it is something that's not that huge, 8 weeks should be.
So a question everybody will be asking, and it doesn't apply, but it may apply. If you're not fortunate to have another home or another place to go to, can you work around someone's kitchen while they're still living in the home?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We are prepared for that.
Okay.
So
Alright.
we make sure every day we clean up. We got a plastic everything around.
Okay.
We got
Alright.
exhaust system going, like the areas that we work, we put exhaust in areas that we work. So make sure there's no dust.
So they wouldn't be without water, they wouldn't be without pot.
No.
If so, maybe half a day when you're putting the
They
sinks in.
they will stay without water for 2 hours maximum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Folks, you heard it there. He's in Boston. He's in the South Shore. He does a little bit in the North Shore, but concentrates more in the South Shore. Boston Dream Group and Douglas. And thanks very much for tuning in. And we'll see you all soon.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.